Hello, and welcome to the World at War. That's, of course, our Tuesday night Scion 2nd Edition campaign here on Dire Bear. I'm your story guide for the evening, Jason, from Over the Nerd Eternal Network. And joining me as usual will be Sarah, playing Sasha. Eric, playing Connor. Decca, playing Talarius. And then we're missing two players because, real life has no respect for game.
It really doesn't.
It does not.
Alright, so last week, what did we do? Who wants to review?
Did you rhyme that on purpose?
I'm going to say yes, so I sound impressive.
We found out we're not nearly as good as being spies as we thought.
No, you two did fine.
Monkey Man kind of screwed the pooch a little bit.
Yes.
But he made up for it.
The disguise artist and the shapeshifter got busted.
Uh-huh.
Because of Monkey Man. Though not really.
I mean, I realized like 2 days later what I could have done. Because I had a doppelganger running around in a completely different outfit. So I just called him up and was like, "What did you do?" acting like it was his twin.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got somebody in the chat giving us points.
Hey!
I don't know who Penguin Rage is, but thank you.
Penguin Rage.
Penguin Rage is a regular, I believe.
Yes.
A very angry penguin. Because they're so cold.
I'm now picturing penguin berserkers.
Oh, no.
Little Viking helmets, little axes.
That's the last thing we need.
Alright. So yes, you had attempted to spy on both, grab my Alpha Dawg notes here, Grayson Lambton, and you had managed to get his cell phone. The attempt to go after Robert Bad Bob Briggs, that one was a little less successful. You managed to speak to him briefly, and you're pretty sure he was lying to you, but that's really about all you got out of him.
Yeah.
Before you were kicked out of his building. Let's see. You had found some more information on the Alpha Dawgs pushing north over the Beltline into another gang's territory. I believe it had come on the news. There was some kind of confrontation going on up there when we wrapped.
And Sasha went and talked to the guy's corpse.
That's right. Went to the
hospital.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what you call the I guess the mortuary.
Morgue?
Morgue. And sure enough, had a nice conversation with a gang member who was, a little freaked out that he was dead.
As one is.
He was fairly forthcoming since, y'all were going after the Alpha Dawg, so, he didn't mind helping out with that. Was it a name that he gave you?
Yes. If she wanted to talk to anyone else in his gang, as far as getting information, she could talk to Benny, who was like his cousin and the leader of the gang, and she would just tell him to ask about the time he knocked over an ice cream truck.
That's right. Or the time the two of them had knocked over an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Back when they were kids. Yep. All right, and we had wrapped. I think everybody was reassembling at the at Talarius's apartment.
We wrapped with Talarius having hacked into the phone and got it where they can work with it.
That's right, but I had not told you anything that was on the phone.
Yeah,
Correct.
Sasha and Connor were still out then.
Yeah,
They
they were
should not
probably
back.
heading back that way.
Yeah, Hilarious. Just in a room by themselves with Samuel, I guess. Just like, I did it!
Sam on the corner.
Shouldn't want to ride the Monkey Express on the back.
There's a lot of wrong ways to take that statement.
Phrasing? Are we still doing phrasing?
If we're not,
Well,
we should be.
Phrasing?
I did
Phrasing.
that intentionally to see where that would go.
How many people are
Yeah.
paying attention?
Yeah, basically.
All 4 of us.
Oddly enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Hilarious, you have hacked into this guy's phone.
Very quickly, just like going through, documents, pictures, videos,
Internet history.
not even internet history, like the Notepad app that, like, you have the little notes to yourself.
Let's see, pictures. There's a few pictures of plates of food.
Okay.
You find you can access his Instagram account. Apparently, he's one of those people that likes to post what he's eating.
Oh, great.
Several selfies of him in clubs and bars with various people.
Sure.
Usually
So much
women,
like celebrity
sometimes
types.
dudes.
Is it like celebrity types, or is it like just randos that look attractive?
A little bit of both. Like you recognize,
Okay.
A local news anchor. Kind of local celebrity types.
Yeah, I get you.
And then just, a lot of hot people from, when he's in clubs or whatever.
Fair enough.
Basically nothing freaky, nothing suspicious.
No incriminating documents. No.
Oh, I was just
text
talking about the
messages.
photos.
Okay. Yeah.
Document wise, not really. He's got, an appointment book, app sort of thing.
Is it like in code? Would I recognize it as being in code? Like, this appointment is going to the garbage disposal factory. Something innocuous seeming like that.
Yeah. Usually it's just listed with a name, meeting with so and so. And usually that name is also listed in the contacts.
Gotcha. So, like, that's another thing. I will also get like all the contacts and just like get them out of the phone and get them like to where I can save them on something of mine, like my computer or something.
Okay, that's not a problem. You recognize Robert Briggs' name.
Sure.
In fact, if you check, he's the last person Grayson was talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, let's see. His parents' numbers are in there. There's a brokerage
your
firm.
son is like with the Alpha Dawgs?
Well, there's quite a few names and numbers in there of names you don't particularly recognize.
Sure. Do I recognize there's the big cheese in here somewhere?
You mean James Dorrance?
Yes.
You do not see the name James Dorrance listed.
Not to say he's not here, but it might be like encoded or something.
Since you're thinking in terms of what might he code it as, there is somebody in there listed as Jimmy with no last name listed.
Jimmy. I will make a note to put Jimmy somewhere like by themselves. Like as I'm importing the contacts into my computer, I'm like making a note to put Jimmy off to the side and do like the Always Sunny thing where it's like the little arrows pointing to them. I'm not on camera, so you can't see what that is, but
Yeah.
you guys know it.
But So yeah, you get the contacts copied.
Mhm.
You've got
Uh,
he's got a stock market app on there,
Sure.
so you can go. You can actually go in and look at what stocks he's been buying.
This motherfucker got GameStop.
GameStop.
Sell everything to GameStop. Do it.
Before I ruin him financially, can I look at his text history?
Absolutely. They tend to vary between him texting a variety of women
Sure.
and him texting a couple of dudes, usually about some of his stock stuff.
Okay.
With an
Nothing.
occasional text to Briggs or Jimmy, and one or two other guys.
Ah, so he is texting Jimmy regularly.
Yes, but only starting back 2 or 3 months ago,
2 or 3 months ago.
where Briggs it's looks like he's been texting Briggs as
been
long as he's had this phone.
Sure. Okay. I think somewhere on the roof, the monkey clone hears, "I did it!" And then and then you're just like, finished. Are they finished?
Yeah, he's just like, oh well, that works, and is just maintaining his vigil, looking
Yeah.
at all of the cars outside that are
Oh, and
watching the place.
weren't there people outside too being
Yeah.
suspicious?
That's what Connor's doppelganger is keeping an eye on because he's maintaining his vigil. So he
y'all remember
he doesn't
that?
have
Okay.
he doesn't have to eat or sleep or drink. He's just sitting there just staring at him, just like, I see you.
I wonder if they see him.
Watch me,
Probably.
punk.
Man, he's not being subtle about it. He
Just
really
up there on the roof, like,
No, he's just sitting up there.
Is that a fucking statue?
statue just flip me the bird?
It's not like he's trying to hide because he has to. He's maintaining a vigil. It's not really something he can hide and do.
Yeah, he has to
kind of
maintain
peek over the edges.
Yeah.
I mean, I can roll for it if you want me to roll for it.
But it really comes up to are the people watching actually going to be looking up at the roof, or are they just watching the doors?
That's true. Yeah. Because Connor went out a window and then up.
Mm.
So he didn't take the doors to go up.
So he opened the window this time.
He did open the window this time. Made a show of it too.
Samuel the satyr absolutely approved.
Yeah.
He did the slow clap.
Yeah. He gave me a golf clap. I was okay with it.
Once you crack the phones, Sam comes over and starts watching.
This guy's a bit of a horn dog.
Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, slow down.
Huh? No, stop. Look, if you want to go to the club later, you can. We need to work on.
Hey, I'm just helping you out. I'm looking for suspicious people. She's mighty suspicious.
That pair of breasts is not suspicious.
I think it is.
Continue scrolling.
Sam eventually gets bored and wanders off.
Don't question those pair of breasts.
As soon as I find them. I mean, what?
But
that's what Hilarious doing. They'll text the group and be like, got something.
Okay, everybody gets that on their group text.
Okay.
At about this time, everybody who's not at the apartment is showing up.
Sure.
So Jaden has gotten a call from her place of employment.
I imagine Robert's also got a work call.
Just to cover
Well,
for
no, but he's going to drive Jaden.
Oh,
Since he's the
okay.
one. Since he's the one that
He's
you
the
know,
one
in the
with
truck
the-
would drive everybody around. He's going to drive her
The-
off.
Fair enough.
The one with the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, hilarious as they enter. Like, all right. First of all, this guy's a fucking horn dog.
Okay.
I still say there's
But-
nothing wrong with that. From the other room.
Yeah. They just go through like all of the stuff that they've gotten. There is a Jimmy here. It's like one name, no nothing, and this one is they've only started texting them about a month or two ago, like 2 months, and versus their boy, this guy Robert, what's his name?
Robert.
Yeah.
Briggs is
Briggs.
his last name. Bad Bob Briggs.
Briggs.
That's what they used to call
Bob Briggs, Bobby Briggs, versus Briggs, where it's been since he's got this phone.
what is he texting him?
Story guide.
Meet me at this place or blow up the dean's house. Should be a blast.
It's nothing that suspicious.
Mm.
It's a lot of, hey man, you want to grab lunch? Hey man, you want to go get a beer?
Is he the one
hey, I
that's
could use a
always
wingman
like?
tonight, that sort of thing.
Is he the one that's always like initiating it?
Any of them, they're like, let's hit a club. I need a wingman. That sort of stuff, sure. The let's get a beer, let's get lunches is a little bit of both of them.
Okay. I was gonna be like, man, this guy's a loser. He has to initiate everything with his friends.
Do any of them match up with the date of the dean's home being lit on fire and the news station attack?
There is one where he is basically telling Briggs that Jimmy's a little upset about something. We should just hang around the house.
That was around the time of the news station?
Yes. It was earlier that same day.
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember, was the news station attacked the same day you did the interview, or was it the next day?
Same day.
Same day, yeah.
Had to have been the same day, yeah.
Then yeah, it was kind of up in the afternoon.
Huh. Interesting.
Why I say no media.
Hmm.
That said, what's done is done. So we have all of this. I think this Jimmy is our boss that we're going after.
Entirely possible. It's what it seems to look like, anyway. Also, did you know your apartment's being watched?
Wouldn't surprise me. What are they gonna do? Come in?
There's a lot of things people could do.
But they're not.
You sure?
They're just looking. Hilarious will go into their closet and pull out like just something to make their hair look different, like a wig or like a hood or something, and just kind of like look out with like sunglasses on, and a mask because they're being socially conscious.
All right, so you look out your window.
Sasha's just watching this like, what is the purpose of this? They know what floor you're on.
When you look out, you look down, and about, assuming Connor kind of told you where one of them was on that side.
Sure.
You look down, sure enough, there's a dude there looking straight up at your window.
Interesting. I just nod and turn around. Samuel?
You hear a clomp, 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 clomp as he comes back into the room. Yeah,
We've got
I have to get a couple of coconut shells.
I was just about to say that.
You should.
we've got people watching the building, like directly, and they point like in the general direction of where they are, like down there.
He walks over, looks at it. Yeah, there's a dude there. Yeah, he's looking this way. Oh, now he's pulling out binoculars. Hang on. And he just turns around and hoists his butt up against the window and starts rubbing it on the window. To the rest of you, he just says,
Amazing.
you got to keep it classy sometimes.
Okay. The Connor clone outside, does he see what this dude's reaction is to that?
He's just kind of like,
Inside, Connor's just snickering. He's like, oh, yeah, he had a great reaction to that.
To be a fly on the wall.
I am, actually.
You are.
Well, yeah,
Fly
I'm
on the roof.
Well, yeah. Also, there's a guy over there, and over there, and over there, and...
now, Roof Connor also sees the guy pull out a phone.
He's calling somebody now.
All right. Let's.
He's pointing
What
at
are we
the
gonna do?
window.
I appreciate the play-by-play, but we need to do something. And what is that thing?
This is your place. Want me to go beat him up? I
This-
can go do that, but I'm not good for much else.
We can go beat them up together.
It'd be a group
Wow.
bonding experience. Like a trust
Connor,
exercise.
Yeah.
Connor looks over at Sasha. I didn't expect them to agree.
Sasha's just like rubbing the bridge of her nose, like, oh no.
Well, do you have any ideas, Sasha?
I mean, they have not initiated an attack. Do we really want
They're-
to open this bag of worms?
I mean,
They're about to open this bag of worms.
the other
Do we
thing,
know?
now that we're starting to acquire a legend of our own, maybe they're people wanting to be followers of some kind. It's a
Oh, we'll be right
possibility.
back. Phone's ringing.
Dad mentioned it's a possibility that other people might ally themselves to our cause once we start attaining a legend.
Okay.
It's possible.
How do you think we go about that? Do I just post on Twitter, "Hey, looking for some homies to help out with us with the project"?
I mean, that worked for you, maybe. Possibly.
Well, how would you go about it?
Post a job on Indeed.
Yeah.
Needed cultists for Rookie God.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I suppose I could always go back to my sort of street / gang background and see if I can't recruit some people.
It's totally a gang, but it's for the good guys.
Yeah, basically. You'd be surprised what kind of stuff you can get when you have people in that line of work. You learn a lot of interesting stuff. Only reason I say this, Jason, is because Connor's culture specialty is gang / street kid stuff.
Mm-hmm. Fitting in with his origin makes sense.
Yeah, so that's his culture specialty. It's the reason why he knows that. Not just be spouting off like, let's get some gangsters, because I think it'd be fun. Although I do kind of think it'd be fun, but I don't know.
I'm trying to think what your recruiting catchphrase would be.
I don't even know.
Reject crime,
Maybe-
return to monkey.
I mean,
Yes.
maybe.
All right, what are you gonna do about the people outside, if anything?
Vigil Connor is going to be keeping an eye on them the entire night. And not letting them leave his sight unless, they go away.
Actually leave.
Yeah.
At some point, someone's gonna have to go out and be like the I hesitate to say this, but bait. If they do something to us, we have the legal high ground. If that's what we're worried
Yeah.
about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not tempt it, though. As much as I like a good fight. Because if we go out there and bait them, then they legally have high ground saying, hey, we baited them into it.
Well, if by
I was
bait he means let's
thinking-
walk down the street and see if they jump us, well, that
I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Well, that's how Connor took it because, again, background.
Sure. See, the thing is, if they come at me, I have the legal right to defend myself. I've done a little bit of reading. Being like an order monkey, you should know that.
You don't know my dad very well, do you?
Chaos order monkey. That's all I've really gotten so far.
Right. You
It's also
are going to
really-
be a riot when he eventually shows up.
It's also very perplexing when you just switch like that.
Yeah, I know. Problem?
No,
Troll
Just-
face.
Jesus Christ. No.
after
no,
about
no.
an hour, Vigil Connor sees the everybody watching, gets relieved, and somebody else takes the place. It's a real quick exchange, except for the guy that was staring at the window. He has a little conversation with his guy before he leaves.
I saw a big
They
goat ass over there. It
actually-
was weird.
They actually have shifts. They're actually rotating people watching this apartment. That's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, actually. That's some obsession right there. Vigil Connor is going to just take a peek. Is it anybody in any kind of regalia?
No, they all look different. It's all just,
Just a
it's
dude
just
in a
all
hoodie.
normal casual clothes.
Okay.
Just a dude in a hoodie.
Yeah.
One's in a hoodie, one's just in a long coat. I mean, they're all dressed for cold weather.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Oh.
February in Nebraska, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is interesting though. That they've just got shifts out there, keeping an eye on the place. That's some
Well,
dedication.
what
How'd
does
they
that
even
tell
find
you?
your place?
I mean, they probably followed us. It's not like I'm particularly hiding.
Uh-huh. Alright.
And I don't want to blow the fact that I know this. I point at the Jimmy name. I don't want to blow the fact that I know this person's number already.
Hmm.
As I said that, I have already ruined that man's stock portfolio.
While it's logged in where you can look at it, and when you go to try to change something, you have to put in a password.
Ah, okay, fair enough. That's how they actually work in real life, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just. That's fair. I mean, I got nothing.
Well,
Do
I'm
we
gonna
just
take a nap on your
wait?
couch.
You do that.
As Connor's
I
gonna go
can't
take a
see
nap on the couch.
I can't see. I can't see. Zoom is Sarah still on the phone?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she does everywhere.
That's fine. Then Hilarious will go to like Samuel and be like, so what do you think we should do?
I'd go snatch one of them and question him.
Yeah, but can we do that quietly? That one's already asleep. I don't know how he slept so fast.
Don't we have like 2 of him?
That's true.
Or me
But
and you
I
could
don't
just
know.
go do
Can
it.
the other,
It'd be a good lesson for you.
Sarah's back.
if you want? Woo!
Sorry, when mom calls, you pick up the phone.
Yeah, that's true. It's just your look when I
Unless
went,
mom,
Sarah's back, you're like,
She didn't
unless
have her
mom
headphones
is
in
2
the
feet
sound.
away from you.
Even then, you pick up the phone.
yeah.
All right.
Premise.
So what was the last
Uh,
thing? What was the last thing you remember, Sarah?
We were debating if it was proper to beat them up or not.
Yeah, we got over that.
Okay.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Connor's
what's our
asleep
plan?
on the couch.
Okay.
Other Connor's still awake.
Hmm.
Looks like Talarius and their goat buddy are going to be going to hijack somebody.
Well, Sam the Satyr suggested going down and just snatching
Yeah.
one of them up to question.
And we have no idea what Sasha's doing.
She would probably be like, I mean, if we have probable, like, we can't just kidnap people.
Whoa, whoa,
We're
whoa!
already-
I didn't say nothing about kidnapping him. Just snatch him up and ask him a few questions. And makes the whole shaking of man motion.
Holding someone against their will. We're already potentially on thin ice with the police.
Mortal authorities.
Well, we still have to deal with them. I'm not saying they're good at their job or anything else they do, but we might not want to.
Do we though?
Yeah, that Lambton kid was having dinner with one of the high-ranking cops. I don't know if y'all can trust the authorities.
Generally not.
Go do what you need to do then.
Do me a favor. Can you?
Hmm.
And they'll like they'll put their hand to their face like a John Cena thing. Can you like look like me for a sec?
I need to double check the wording on this skill because I think it's you can change your appearance, but you can't look like somebody.
That
Mhm.
is what it says last I checked.
Yeah.
You can't mimic somebody else's
Yeah,
appearance.
you can. I mean, I could kind of maybe make myself look similar.
That's fine. Don't have to look through binoculars. They're not. Binoculars are really good for seeing things that are far away, but it doesn't mean you immediately know who it is.
If I don't get too close to the window, they won't notice either. And she'll kind of make a facsimile of Talarius. Same kind of build, their hairstyle and things like that.
Yeah, nobody would be fooled looking at the face thinking it was the same person. They just think it was 2 people of about the same complexion wearing their hair the same way.
I'll give her like a mask because again I'm socially conscious, and
Is COVID a thing in this universe?
I hadn't specifically said one way or the other. I don't think.
no, you didn't. We've gotten really close to people, so like if we have, supers are immune to it or some shit.
We're gonna say it's not a thing.
I'll
Okay,
just keep my back to the window.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, y'all be doing this. Sam's gone into his room and come back out, going through a bag. All right, I got anything we might need.
What? Okay.
Smelling
You-
salt, some duct tape. Oh, those are the
Say
wrong
salt?
cuffs. He said smelling salts.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna throw it in their eyes. Pocket salt.
Pocket sand.
He
It's
said
an
spelling.
assault.
He said smelling salts, duct tape. Oh wait, these are the wrong cuffs. He pulls out a set of padded cuffs.
That tracks for satyrs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The other thing is we need to try to get out of here quietly.
Oh, that's not a problem,
Stealth's
kid.
not my-
Satyrs are nothing if not stealthy. Clop, 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 clop. Well, in the woods they are quite stealthy.
Yeah. Well, not on concrete. Just sounds like you're walking by with heels.
Who's sneaking up on me with tap shoes?
All right. Well, then we'll do this then.
If you need any help, I'll try to keep a watch from the window, and I'm sure. And she just kind of points to the roof. They'll let us know.
It'll be immediately obvious if I need assistance.
I would imagine so. Kind of pats them on the shoulder, like, good luck.
Thank you. All right. Let's go, Sam.
Oh, hang on, forgot my taser. Runs back into his room.
Oh. Thank.
Oh, jeez. What have we done?
He walks back in.
Sasha.
Have I got this thing? Let's see, did I remember to charge this thing? Yeah, it's charged. All right.
Sasha's like, I don't want to be the moral compass of this group.
Then don't be. And he keeps going.
Caught from the couch.
All right.
As y'all leave, he's like,
well-
don't worry, kid. The taser's just for an emergency.
The taser's just for what?
Just for an emergency.
Okay. I mean, I'm not averse to like splitting hairs, but like not something we really need to do now. All right. Let's do this. And they'll find they'll try to find a back ways out. But first look out and see if they're being watched or whatever.
There's a side door that opens into an alley.
Uh-huh. Is there a goon there?
There's not. This door is generally like staff only.
Ah, okay. So then Talarius, they
Like the
will
trash
have put
cans
on
are
like
out
a
there.
Talarius would have like put on a hoodie,
Okay.
just like over hood up, sunglasses, baseball cap, something like Steve Rogers in The Winter Soldier for most of the movie.
All right. At some point, Sam will have to use the line. Public displays of affection make people uncomfortable.
Oh God, I'm not making out with a satyr.
You say that now.
Yeah, that's true.
But after you've had a few drinks, you might change your mind.
We'll see.
Sam seems very charming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so out we go.
All right. So Sam steps out first, looks both ways. All right, we're clear.
All right.
Because there's two people basically watching like the front corners, kind of posted the front corners of the building, though across the street. And then there's the guy that Phil mooned, or why not call him Phil? Sam mooned.
That's copyright infringement. We can't do that.
Yes.
Well, for Philip.
But and y'all kind of came out on the other side, so you can round that back corner that's not being watched.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll do that. But there is just one goon somewhere, right?
Yes, the one you're going after is alone. He's the
Okay.
only one on his side of the building.
So then we'll try to sneak up on him.
When y'all step outside, Sam stops and slips these little slipper things onto his hooves. They've got like a rubberized bottom on them, like a tennis shoe or whatever.
See, I was gonna say something. I'm glad you have the self-awareness.
He goes, yeah. I don't like wearing them all the time or nothing.
Sure, of course. No one likes wearing shoes all the time.
The concrete's just so noisy.
It is. All right, let's do this.
All right.
Leroy Jenkins.
What kind of stealth skills does Talarius have?
What stealth skills does Talarius have?
What are
What do you want
stealth
me to roll?
skills?
All right, dexterity
Uh-huh.
for sure.
I can do subterfuge.
Yeah,
mean,
do
that's
that. We'll do
stealth.
that.
That's 4 dice, so that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
What if I was doing it to a way where it sounds like there's move? No, I can't do that really. I was gonna say, what if I could like through my movement, like it sounds like there are footsteps elsewhere, but I can't do that yet. Dexterity, subterfuge. No successes. Another momentum, y'all.
Oh, yes. Adding a momentum to your pool. Yeah, the dude obviously sees you coming.
All right, so for fuck's sake. Okay.
And
then
for a
I'm gonna
second, he just kind
activate
of
the stun.
freezes and stares at Sam, because,
Yeah.
you know,
While
Sam's
he's
wearing a
staring
winter
at
coat, but no pants.
Yeah. While he's staring at Sam, I'm gonna activate Sam's stunt to give Talarius 2 enhancement on close combat rolls
Okay.
for the remainder of combat, which may just be like a turn here. I'm just gonna like try to knock the guy out.
All right. So he looks up, sees y'all's like,
Poof.
Sam out of the corner of his mouth, punch him now. Take a picture, buddy. It'll last longer. And while he's distracted, you run over and punch him.
Would that be a cunning? Because I'm not necessarily using well, no, I'd probably be like dexterity still. Dexterity close combat.
Dexterity close combat.
All right. Give me something to work. I'm gonna burn a momentum.
Okay.
All right. Burn that momentum.
Hey, we used half our momentum.
A single momentum. Hey, 3 successes. Plus 2 enhancement.
Oh, that's right. It automatically re-rolls your 10, so.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, so that's 3 for him, or 3 for you.
That is 5 for me.
Oh, that's right, enhancement. I was thinking extra dice, but you're right, it's enhancement. All right, he got 1. So that comes out to 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, let's see, what kind? You can inflict damage for free.
Which I absolutely do. And I will spend the rest of it to grapple.
All right, you hear him kind of as you get him in the stomach, which stops him from yelling for help or anything. As you knock the wind out of him.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna try to drag him as Sam, help me out here, and we'll drag him as much as we can into the building through the staff entrance and everything.
All right. During that, as you're dragging him there, he'll get 1 attempt to escape the grapple.
Sure.
But he's got to beat
It's gotta be like
You
a
had 5
4, right?
successes. He got 1, so that dropped it to 4. So he's got to have at least 4 successes to even have a... No, he'd have to have 5 successes. So the difficulty would be at least a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got to beat those 4 extras you had.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Alright, 3 9s and a 10. Reroll that 10. It was only a 6, so he missed by 1. So you kept him grappled.
Whew!
He rolled
Whew!
phenomenally.
Don't scare me like that.
He rolled
It's
phenomenally
like,
and still lost.
As I have him in a headlock and he's trying to get out, I just elbow him in the temple. Alright.
He kind of stumbles and you don't knock him out, but he
goes limp. Okay. Good.
Sam's like, good, yeah. Oh, careful with those temple shots. You can kill a guy like that.
I know. I saw it on TV once. We'll get him into Tiberius's apartment.
All right, in this case, give me a cunning subterfuge to get him up there without anybody noticing.
Sure. Ooh, that's even better for me.
Question: Is Connor watching all of this happening?
Yes.
Is there something loose on this roof he can grab?
I'm sure there's something up there. Old beer bottle that somebody's left. Came up here drinking and left it or something.
He'll grab
Air
that.
conditioning unit.
I mean, with his epic strength, he automatically has +1 scale. So any lifting he does is doubled successes.
Chunks on air conditioning.
But
I need that. It's summer soon.
He'll take the beer bottle and he'll just sort of lob it kind of behind where everybody has been watching, and just go back to just sitting there looking like he didn't do anything.
So you basically throw it across the street, so the other 2 guys are like, huh?
Basically, yeah.
As Tiberius and Sam come around the corner dragging this guy by the head.
Essentially, yeah. He's just like...
Does that do anything mechanically with me?
Would you like me to roll my manipulation and subterfuge for that? Since I am trying to distract somebody.
Sure. As long as you get a success, you'll have given... anything you get past 1 success will give Tiberius an enhancement on his subterfuge roll.
Alright.
Alright, so you've got an
I
enhancement.
have to get at least 1 success.
Yes, you have to get at least 1 success.
Woo! That 10 gave me another success. Hell yeah.
So with you dragging and Samuel on lookout, y'all managed to get him into the elevator.
I'm not letting go of this person until we get into my room.
So he's still struggling a little bit, and you're kind of, you got him by the head, but y'all are kind of rotating around. On one floor, the elevator opens, and there's an older lady sitting there. The way y'all rotated around, your back is to her. You've got the guy in a headlock, kind of half kneeled over. All you hear behind you is the woman go, and Sam just looks at her. This is exactly what it looks like, and reaches up and closes the door.
Yes.
Other than that, though, you get him to the apartment without incident.
Awesome. Thanks for the cover, Sam.
Always happy to help.
Uh-huh.
And, traumatize the elderly. She looked like a prude. I think she looked like a prude.
Fair enough. Into the room. Pushes him not violently into the room, but like, Sasha, make sure the windows are closed and the cover's drawn.
The gas drape's closing.
Connor from the couch. So, did you have fun?
Tosses the person towards Connor.
Just sort of arm over the shoulder, just hold him there.
Sam's like, oh yeah, the kid did great. I mean, his form's a little sloppy, but good instinct. He's got good instincts.
Maybe that's something we can help them with later.
Great, I have 2 mentors now.
Sounds like, hey, I've got a lot of experience mentoring. And we
And
need to
I'm a
learn close.
combat
And we need to learn close combat. You can do a lot worse than to have, a member of the Wukong clan helping you.
Especially one who's been
Fair.
in combat all his life. And then he'll look to the guy he's got his arm around. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
You
Before
okay,
this
Sarah?
person even
Just shaking my head. I caught the
Before this-
joke.
I
Yeah.
did too. I was waiting for somebody to cotton on to it.
Before this person even starts to speak, I'm going to imbue a legend and activate nothing but the truth.
Okay. Now, does that just let you know if he's lying, or does that force him to only tell the truth?
An affected character cannot lie, omit the truth, or make any misrepresentation of a material fact, and consequently never imposes a misleading complication on any information they give.
Okay. So he could choose to simply shut his mouth and say nothing, but if he makes a statement,
If
it's
he-
got to be the whole truth.
Correct.
Okay. Now he just, Connor's got him pinned, and Connor, you've got epic strength, right?
I have epic strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, only one skill difference. Technically, I can still make you roll, but it's not that important. But you'd be doubling your successes versus, versus a normal guy. He's looking pretty worried.
All right, buddy. Here's the deal, and I'm just like making myself look as big as possible in front of him. Here's the deal. You guys have been watching me for God, I don't even know how long. And while I'm flattered, it's a little creepy. So just tell me everything you know. I'll let you go, or turn you over to the authorities, who I know you guys are in the pockets of. So it's fine for you. Just tell me everything.
Wait, if we're in the pocket of the authorities, would that mean they're paying us? Or do you mean we have the authorities in our pockets? Which we don't, but is that
That's
what you're saying?
You definitely do, and yes, that is what I mean.
I have very little interaction with the authorities. I occasionally, I occasionally go in and request some information or something, but that's about it.
Your bosses, on the other hand, very chummy with them.
Well, well, he runs the agency, so I'm pretty sure he knows them better. I'm pretty sure he has more interaction with. I don't know about chummy; they don't tend to like private eyes.
Ah, that bit right there. What agency?
What was that?
Connor's like, oh, that bit right there. What agency? I might have worked with you before.
Smith and Jones. I don't know. Detective agency.
Oh, okay. So,
Or we'll go Smith and Jones investigation.
So
The
I'm
first two
curious, why
Smiths
you
are our father son.
Yeah, of course. Why are you watching the place? I'm curious.
We were hired to. You guys have made the news, and our client. I can't give you. I'm not really allowed to give out names, even if I knew. But our client, well, you guys are obviously, a little more than natural.
I'm gonna remind. Cannot lie, omit the truth, or make any misrepresentation of a material
That's
fact.
fine.
So if he doesn't know the name of the people who hired him, that's fine. But he cannot
Well-
actually say that he knows and can't say.
Well, no. He says, even if I knew, I couldn't say.
Okay.
That's just him. That's just him
different. Like,
saying
if he
it's a
doesn't
client
know,
confidentiality thing.
sure. Okay.
But yeah, I did not speak to the client, of course. Client hired us to find some background information on y'all. We figured out, we trailed you here and figured out everybody, all of you seem to show up here.
So you're not an Alpha Dawg.
What? No. I didn't even go to college in this town.
You do understand our precaution, though, right?
or at all.
Connor just on top of his head, just playfully for that one.
Interesting. We've been plagued by Alpha Dogs lately, and they are making things difficult in this town.
Yeah, they've definitely been causing a commotion, but it's not something our agency are involved in.
But they are involved in looking at us?
Well,
They are involved
we've
in
been
looking at us.
hired to
Well,
observe
yes.
you and gather like background information on some of your comings and goings and what you're involved in.
Huh? Did your boss
As well
say
as
why?
doing background checks, on all of you.
Did your boss say
Stockman's
why?
laughing.
I mean, honestly, Connor kind of is too, because he technically doesn't have one.
No, just that the client was interested in any new, I think they used the term Scion, popping up in town.
Are they a local in town, do you know?
I don't know. The boss has not told me much about the client. That's
Ah.
our usual kind of modus operandi, though.
Yes, of course, I understand.
I am a relative new hire, so.
Understood.
I will make myself look less. I will make myself look less threatening. I'm just gonna make myself a little smaller because this person is obviously not an alpha dog. So I'm not worried about like being a threat or anything, and it's a little more casual.
It's a casual kidnapping, not a formal one.
Yeah. Well, I don't like that there's people watching me at every point, but at least I know you guys aren't going to jump me.
Oh no. We do not. We don't get involved in anything like that. We are strictly legal and above board.
Okay.
Oh wait, he can't lie or omit the truth. Let's see.
He cannot. There was this one time I beat someone up.
Where he was going to say we're strictly legal and above board, he goes, we only bend the law a little bit. And it looks a little surprised that he said it like that.
That sounds interesting. So,
well, most detective agencies do that to some degree.
Yeah. So, buddy, friend, pal. So what have you got on us so far?
We've got the address, this address, the fact that y'all all show up. The guy I was relieving really had something to say about that guy, and he points over at Samuel. We don't see a lot of satyrs in this town.
Anything else?
You are familiar with the supernatural, though.
Well, I've heard of this stuff. I mean, I'll admit, he's the first one I've seen. But we've been warned kind of what y'all were, or told what y'all were. But we've got that you hang out here. Her grandparents' flower shop. It was easy to track her down through that since that made the news. We've basically got like everybody's home addresses, where you work, for those of you that do. We got people monitoring. He points at Hilarious, your YouTube channels and stuff. Yours too. He gestures up at Connor.
Oh, you like my running videos?
I haven't watched any of them myself.
Oh, you should. Add some views.
So, what exactly are y'all planning to do with me?
Well, I'd imagine that depends on you.
Okay.
And then Connor will just stay quiet as he's just holding the guy, letting the other two talkers actually do the rest of it.
Well, I mean, I don't plan on beating you up any more than
What-
I thought I had to. You've been amicable. Go ahead, Sasha.
We found out you were not an alpha dog. I think that answers more than enough of their questions. And then you've answered probably their other questions as well. Tell me, is there a way you could put us in contact with your... My brain's failing here.
Superiors.
Boss, client.
Your client. Perhaps
well,
if
I
they
don't.
have questions, they could talk directly to us.
I don't know the client. I could pass that. If you want to give me your number, I could pass that on to the boss, and he could pass it on to the client. But it'd be up to the client.
She just kind of glances between the other two.
Works for me.
Sure. I'll talk to your boss.
She'll hand over her
Uh,
number as well.
He pulls that little notepad and writes it down.
Now, no hard feelings about like knocking you, right?
Yeah, a few. He looked startled, like that wasn't what he intended to say.
Connor just grins.
What did
At that one.
what did y'all do to me? Did you drug me or something? Because I
Nothing.
am not usually this talkative.
I absolutely did not drug you.
There are many ways of force. Force of might, force of strength, force of personality. I have a feeling you are encountering the third.
It's hilarious. Just like makes like a cutesy hand on the face motion.
Connor will whisper in the guy's ear, I'm usually the first one.
So I can go now.
Yeah.
I
Don't.
Go ahead.
Yes.
No. Well, I have a wonderful idea.
Say-
But you say what you want to say.
Yeah. I just don't. I'll say this. I am sorry that I thought you were an alpha dog, and quite frankly, if you were an alpha dog, you'd probably be unconscious right now. So lucky you, I guess.
Connor is just snickering. Hey Samuel, there's any peaches in there?
Yeah, it's next to the goat milk.
Do you mind tossing me one?
What are
Sure.
you
The
going
last
to
thing we
do?
want is a monkey stealing a peach. He throws you a peach.
Grabs the peach, starts eating it.
But yeah, I think you're good to go.
All right, then if Connor lets go of him, he'll stand up and head to the door.
I'll get him some. I'll get him some ice for like I knocked him in the temple and everything.
No, man, I'm fine.
Okay. Still can't lie to me. So if he's fine, he's fine.
And then he slips out and kind of speed walks to the elevator.
Actually, before Connor lets go, it's like, hey, you want to leave in style?
No, don't.
Oh, great.
No.
What?
No.
And Sasha
She will-
starts going, no. He's like, no, man, I'm good. I'll
I'm
just
not
Sasha?
walk.
gonna do anything crazy, I promise.
I'll just walk, man. It's fine.
Okay, fine. Ruin my fun.
So yeah, you speed walk down the elevator. You see him just repeatedly pushing the button. Yeah, he just keeps pushing the button and pushing the button until it finally opens.
As soon as the elevator door closes, I'll unimbue my legend.
Okay. What did we find out?
Someone hired a third party.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the Alpha Dogs, might not be the Alpha Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got nothing. Munching on the beach. I was just here to keep him still.
Sasha just gives like a thumbs up, like, good job.
You did well. Were
Gotta
you
do something.
impressed? Knocked his ass out.
Is Talarius asking Connor that?
Just speaking out loud.
I mean, your form was a little sloppy.
Sam's like, I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
I would have gone
It's-
5.5 myself.
Listen, I'm not a close combatant. That's not my style, but I like to know that I can do it when the task is called upon.
You did well with the tools you were given in the situation you were presented.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Very diplomatic.
My specialty.
Not mine. I love that immediate reply, Sasha.
Is it a lie?
I mean, no.
What do we do with this information? We're no closer to finding the Alpha Dawgs, where their location is, where this James Thornton is.
Oh. Do y'all want my opinion on the matter?
I believe you'll give it whether we wish it or not.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So I say we put it on the back burner for now, and we go visit some of the gangs.
The gangs.
Yeah.
We could easily get in
Okay.
with one of the ones that was on the news with that fight.
Also,
I-
that kind of section of the world, or culture group of the world, used to be my stomping grounds. So
Not really mine.
can adapt.
Of course I can.
Before we go into that area, what do we want to discover while we're there? We need to figure out what we are looking for so we can look for it. Do
well,
we want information on James Dornan, or do we just want to get allies within there? I don't approve what they are doing.
well, allies are always good to have, even if it is allies of convenience. Depending on the gang, it'll either be you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours until I feel like I need to stab it. Others are kind of more honor based than that. Personally, I'm of the mindset of if the enemy goes to ground, leave them no ground to go to. They're trying to set up there. The gang I ran with in the past kind of the same thing. They use similar tactics.
Like honor?
Hmm?
Like what, honor tactics?
No, sort of,
Burned earth.
yeah, aggressive absorption of financial assets.
Sounds like what the Alpha Dogs are doing.
The gentleman I spoke with said that they were trying to muscle in on their pharmaceutical and she's trying to think of like a subtle way to put this. Oh, we'll just say the prostitution.
Ah, drugs and slave cartels.
Yeah.
Can also potentially talk to one of the ones that is higher up.
Could be a good idea. You said that the guy you talked to, he knows one of them?
With
Or
the
he knew one of them?
cousin, of one of the leaders.
Hmm. Can you say his name?
The name of the deceased or the name of the cousin?
The guy the deceased was related to.
His name is Tyler. The deceased's name is Benny.
No last names, no nothing.
I didn't think to ask it in the moment.
That probably wouldn't be anything to go off of for a roll, would it, Jason? Know what kind of gang that would be.
Well,
Just
he
Go
knew
ahead and
the
give me a roll.
location.
You know the local gangs fairly well,
Mhm.
so there's a chance you would know one of them if one of them's first name was Tyler.
Okay, so culture and what?
Let's see.
Subterfuge? Maybe not subterfuge.
This is more of a memory sort of thing, and just does he know it?
Intellect?
Yeah, I'd probably go with intellect.
Let's say intellect or cunning, one of the two.
I'm gonna say intellect. Yeah.
Intellect. No successes.
Hey, momentum.
Yep.
One momentum.
Yes. So yeah, nothing to go on.
Now, off the top of your head, you can't think of their first names. And this gang is a little further north than when than the ones you were messed around with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, over the years, the city has expanded and finally, kind of moved past the Beltline road.
Well, just a first name's not a lot to go off of. I was hoping I could at least give us a kind of an idea of what to expect, depending on who we're going to go question.
I don't know. That sounds like. What are the odds this person's going to come back with us with our this private eye is going to come back with our information that we need?
Don't know.
It sounded like he was into it, and he could not lie to me.
Well, he just said he could give the number to his boss, and then his boss could give it to the
Yeah.
client, and then it's up to the client.
Well,
Who knows how long that could take?
that's fair.
We could give it a shot. We could continue to follow leads down here.
I mean, if nothing else, it would give me a chance to knock out some more of the what's the term I would use? Weak members of the Alpha Dogs? If a fight does break out?
Thought we've been doing that.
They've started sending in people with more supernatural abilities.
And one of the people you recognized was on camera doing more than they had done when you met him.
Yeah.
May have been one of the ones Jaden ran into. I can't remember. No, I think it was the one Sasha ran into.
Yeah, because it was the one that burnt her.
Because he has apparently moved on from flaming fist to flamethrower hands. That's right, because you saw him on the video fighting this gang.
Yeah. We need to figure this out before they continue to gain strength and power.
Mm-hmm.
Either cut off the head of the snake or burn the entire body.
I kind of vote for both myself, but you know what my predilection is.
beat people up.
That's what I'm best at.
Salty earth, leave nothing to grow back.
Yeah. If enemy goes to ground, leave no ground to go to.
If nothing else, we could maybe see if anyone has spoken to James Dornan in person. See
Certainly
if they have
could.
any idea where they are staying, where they might strike next. If they have any idea of that, we could perhaps lay a trap. Or we just go for a nice drive and come back here.
I'm good for it.
So the three of y'all are gonna head up north.
I think we lost it, Echo.
No wonder he was so quiet.
Unusually quiet.
I was sitting there going,
Suspiciously quiet.
I was sitting there going, why is he so quiet?
I was like, why are you guys so quiet?
We're just quiet.
You were quiet. Gosh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's the last thing?
Hilarious is like, I wonder if they know our information, do they know our parents' information?
What
Or
parents?
Biological or
the people we call parent. Our parents aren't just our mom and dad, or my mom, or your whoever's. Could be, what, you have a mentor figure?
I got Gramps.
There you go. You got somebody is the point.
Ah.
I believe we already established at least the Alpha Dawgs know of our relations in town. If the Alpha Dawgs know, and I believe the gentleman we politely kidnapped also knows that information.
What is this we?
The group we, not the individual we.
Ah.
All right. So, what is y'all's battle plan?
Hilarious is gonna see if they can see if they can't like reverse reverse Yellow Pages the numbers, some of the numbers, and try to get like general locations of
Ping the number,
particularly.
triangulate.
Yeah, yeah,
Made it work.
All right.
it does.
You're good with computers.
Mhm.
So give me a technology.
Honey,
Yeah. Let's go with cunning.
three successes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you track back some of the numbers. The numbers to like the other brokers. One of them's here in town. One of them's in New York.
Mhm.
Most of the women's names are local.
Of course.
With one or two scattered. One in New York. There's one over in California. It's not like he only knows local people.
He's got hoes in different area codes.
They are female acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
And they are acquainted in varying degrees of intimacy.
Mhm.
Biblically.
In some cases.
Biblically.
The number listed as Jimmy gives you no information other than you can kind of find out what service it's registered through. And it's one of those pay as you go sort of something. Screams burner phone
Oh.
to you. Screams burner phone.
Uh-huh.
And there's a couple of the other numbers that come up the same way.
What about good old Bobby?
Oh, Briggs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get you get his name and who he has his service through, and if you reverse Yellow Pages, that you can probably get his address.
Yeah, that's mostly what I'm looking at. Like
Yeah,
an
well, you already
address.
knew where he lived. You already had his address. He lives actually in the same neighborhood as the dean.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's all good information to have, I guess, except for the one that I want.
Well, it's not good information, but it's something to make you even more suspicious of this number.
Uh-huh. This
Very
number is absolutely a burner phone.
Mm.
I thought I was done with burner phones in Vampire the Masquerade, but I guess not.
Well, your character's done with them. Now it's the
Everybody
other people.
else?
Now it's everybody else that wants to keep secrets.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you know, done with burner phones.
All right, so where are you
Well-
going from here? As I desperately try to get you out of your apartment.
Going to the kitchen.
To the kitchen. Go
I
scratch
think we're-
myself by the kitchen.
I think we're heading to the north
Yeah. Do we want
All
to
right.
group vote north?
because winter is coming. Yes.
I no longer want to go north. I want to die.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Yes, we're going north.
Alrighty.
Step outside. Get sniped on the way, just like an assassination attempt. Just
Down, Mr. President.
All right. Do any of y'all have vehicles?
Actually, no, I don't think so.
I was just gonna get an Uber for us.
It's no problem. Y'all walk out front. The two guys watching you out front are still watching.
I kind of like look at one of them and just kind of like do the where you like move your head up to like in greeting.
The
Just a little-
reverse nod.
Yes. Just do that at one of them and just kind of like wait for the Uber.
The guy just kind of sighs. He doesn't seem totally shocked though, so word may have gotten around that they've been made.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely made. In fairness, they've been made for like a couple of days. They just know that they're made now.
Yeah. Guy pulls out or pulls up, sees you, kind of stops, leans his head out. Are you tall Iris? I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to pronounce.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce this.
It's fine. It's fine. Yes, you're the Uber driver?
Yes, and his name matches up with the name.
Yeah,
you've been given, so.
making sure check the license plate because I'm not a fucking idiot. All right, no step in. All right, let's go.
So y'all get in. Okay, where to?
To the north.
North side of the city, other side of the Beltline.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's still a pretty broad area of it. But that's enough that he
Yeah.
can start heading that direction.
Uh-huh.
And
In fairness, if I had had an Uber, I would have had to set a destination. So it'd probably be like just like a corner store over there on that side of town.
mm-hmm.
That's
Real
right.
Connor's just gonna like lean back and kind of take a nap while his doppelganger's gonna imbue a legend to use Heavenly Stride. Off he goes.
Where's he going?
North.
Who knows?
Okay.
All right. Oops, I pulled up the map, but that is not a map that shows much on the north side. There we go. All right. So for any of you that can see the map, the kind of curving yellow road across the top of the city is, of course, the Beltline. Originally it ran around the out. It was the major highway that ran on the outside, but like I keep saying, the city has expanded past it.
Yeah.
So y'all are headed up to kind of this area.
Yes.
So are all of you tense while you're in the car?
Connor's
No.
napping.
Connor's napping. Hilarious.
He looked
This is
completely
just-
fine.
Hilarious is pretty relaxed.
I say napping, but he's just sort of like eyes closed, sort of leaning back, head against the window.
Sasha's probably just sitting up very straight.
Which may be a little bit intense.
So the driver, tries to kind of get y'all in some conversation and then kind of gives up. He's picking up some little bit of
Connor
attention.
he would kind of sleepily converse. He wouldn't be like full conversations, but he'd chime in if he was talked to.
Okay.
He's not like sleeping; he's just resting his eyes.
So yeah, I mean, it's just typical chew the fat sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he starts really kind of looking at. You guys look familiar. Have I seen y'all somewhere before?
Could be anywhere. I have that face that looks like it could be anybody's.
Sasha chuckles a little bit at that.
Oh, one thing I would like to mention is before we got up here, like
Mhm.
before we left, Connor did put in some piercings. He has 2 loops on his upper ear, 2 studs on the lower, one in the earlobe, one a little bit higher, and then one on his left ear, which is sort of like the loop in the lobe that goes to his lip, sort of a chain.
It doesn't seem like something a hand-to-hand fighter would want to wear.
It's
That's
not,
gonna hurt.
but he's just putting it on sort of as a disguise,
Oh, okay.
so he's not immediately recognizable. Because outrageous piercings is usually what people's gaze focus on.
Let me draw as much attention as possible to my face.
Down here, but yes.
All right, so he gets you to the little service station or wherever it was. Well, here we go.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
5-star
Connor
ratings
would
are
pay-
appreciated.
Connor would pay the fee.
Well, it's Uber. It's probably already taken care of.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's already paid.
Me
I'll
having never used Uber.
Me having used Uber a lot of my life.
Fair enough.
I'll give him like a 10 for a tip. There you go, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, you have a good day.
Y'all too. And he drives off.
Connor immediately takes the chain out and pockets it.
All right,
But
y'all are in the door.
we're in closed quarters with somebody.
Why did you put it on to begin with?
Because I can't do the fancy face thing you all can do.
I have to teach you how to contour makeup.
That would be helpful.
I think we can do that.
I'm sure there's a YouTube video somewhere for it. Okay,
I'm just picturing Connor watching the wrong video, so instead of having contoured makeup, he comes out having done his makeup up where he looks cell shaded.
Oh no.
I have seen cosplayers do that to do Borderlands characters.
yep.
Uh-huh.
It looks like a JoJo cartoon.
Where should we look first? Do we just wander around until we find someone looking suspicious, therefore looking suspicious ourselves?
Typically not the best idea. Would you like me to roll to sort of lead them along?
Your social with the gang thing and cunning.
Okay.
You're only a couple blocks away from where the big fight took place.
All right, so that is 3 successes with my
Okay.
culture specialty.
Yeah, so you lead them a couple blocks away. Y'all pass by one of the sites where the fight was. There's a building partially burned. It's taped off by the police.
Mhm.
Let's see. This has happened. Actually, only happened a couple of hours ago. So there's still a large police presence there.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well as plenty of looky-loos, kind of hanging out on the sidewalk and stuff.
Yeah.
Hilarious will Hilarious in their hoodie and stuff will have just gonna go up and kind of assess everything.
Police seem to be gathering evidence. There's still a fire truck there, though you're sure there was probably multiples before the fire was under control. Presumably there'd be the fire marshal or something there to be kind of going over the actual fire itself.
Investigate.
Yeah, was it arson, that kind of thing? I mean, they've got video of a guy shooting fire from his hands, so.
Sure.
But still, you check the stuff. Was there propellant used? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Faulty wiring.
Fair.
Hilarious does their best to look kind of more detective-y as they kind of head out.
Totally detective in this hoodie.
Yeah. I don't want to wear a trench coat. That gives it away.
Basically, you just walk back straight with purpose, like you belong there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're meeting people's eyes. You're giving them nods.
Yeah. It's not even like a metamorphosis in the sense of the way it does. Just like they are projecting.
Mm-hmm. All right, where are you headed? What do you want to look at?
I'm gonna try to see I'm gonna go towards not the fire itself, but just kind of do a quick scan, see if there's any victims still in the rubble or whatever.
Any what in the rubble?
Victims, sorry.
No, it looks like they've carried any bodies off by now.
Okay.
Like I
and
said, it's
as
been a couple of hours. The fire did not take them long to get under control.
Okay. So, but it is under control.
Yeah, the fire is put out. There's still a few spots that are kind of smoldering, which is probably why they've still got one truck on hand.
Sure. Then Hilarious is gonna look around and see if they see any if any of the looky-loos look particularly suspicious.
It's not that they look super suspicious. There's one or two of them that look a little on the rough side.
Mm-hmm. That's just the side of town we're on, huh?
Yeah, to some degree. This is not the better part of town. There was a one factory out here and a distribution center for a chain store. And a couple years back, the actual factory had shut down, so the place has kind of gone downhill in the last 5-10 years.
Gotcha.
Just because there has been recent death and stuff in the area, Sasha's gonna look around and see if she noticed anything out of place, such as like a shade or a ghost or anything like that.
Do you have to have a body to use that, or do you just see spirits if they're around?
Um, as part of the death purview, you can see and communicate with ghost shades or other forms of undead.
Okay.
And that it doesn't guarantee they're there. She's just kind of doing a glance to see if anything looks out of place that way.
Okay. Give me a. Let's say.
Occult and
Yeah, we'll go ahead and let it be a cult. Let's see. Cunning, maybe?
okay.
Yeah, give me an occult and cunning. Yowza.
Oh, I got cunning and occult are both
Oh,
maxed out, so
oh, baby.
You also have an exploded 10 in there too.
does it
Yeah.
automatically reroll the 10?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's 11 dice in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay then.
Do you have any specialties that would factor in?
Oh, I forgot to put a specialty for occult.
Do you have an enhancement for this kind of thing?
I mean, she's death purview.
Well, I mean, everything you started with 3 points in or more, you got a free specialty in.
I should look into adding that.
Yep. But it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, you got 5 successes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially 6,
You're-
depending on your specialty, but
Yeah,
So you look
that's
around,
fine.
and in the crowd, I mean, as you pulled up, you kind of noticed this one person fussing, but you didn't pay close attention to him until you thought, hey, I wonder if there's anybody around here. And then you look over and you realize the person fussing is dead.
Okay. Are they in the crowd proper or off to the side?
They are in the crowd proper, yelling at somebody in the crowd and seem to be pissed off that person isn't talking back to them.
Uh-oh.
She'll walk over and just kind of quietly next to the person that's losing their shit. I can see you. Please come with me. And kind of walk off to the side.
He's like, oh, what? Yeah, you can see me. Everybody can see me.
No. Just please follow me. I'll explain.
Now the guy he's yelling at, he hears you speaking and is like looking around like, what is this crazy?
She kind of puts her hand to her ear like she's talking on a cell phone, like Bluetooth, and just, sorry.
Oh, yeah, he stops paying attention to that point. But the shade notices the exchange. And then where he had just been yelling, he literally puts his hand up in front of the guy's, face.
She'll make eye contact with the shade. Let's talk. And walk a little bit off to the side.
He slowly starts to follow you. All right, lady, what the crap is going on?
Firstly, I'm sorry to tell you you're dead.
It looks like he's about to laugh for a second, and then he looks back over at the crowd that wouldn't pay no attention to him.
I'm sorry.
Then he kind of reaches forward and tries to touch you.
She doesn't move.
His hand passes through your chest. Oh, hell. And then he realizes where his hand is passed through. Yeah, oops.
Can you help us? Can you tell us anything that might have happened here that could help us give your death some justice?
Yeah. So we were doing some business. He gestures back at the burn building. That's one of our offices. When some of those Alpha Dawgs, that new gang that modeling themselves after that old fraternity, literally just one of them kicked in the door. Dude didn't look right. His face was kind of angular. Joe snatched up a baseball bat and broke it across the guy's face, and it just didn't do anything.
Angular, like cut stone.
Yeah. I mean, it was like still colored like skin, but yeah. Like
She'll
he'd been
probably
carved.
kind of motion the other two over if they saw her left, and she'll relay both sides of the conversation as they're talking, just so.
Oh, they can't see me either. He waves his hand in front of Connor's face.
With them being supernatural, would Connor get a sense that something's there?
Does he have an edge that would specifically give him that ability?
He doesn't have access to the death purview. No, I'm saying, like, is there like some sense that might go? There's something here, like a smell or something that might.
You might be sensitive enough that if he actually touched you, you'd feel a chill.
Okay, yeah, I meant
That's
something
about
like
it.
that.
Your flashlight turns on and off.
Let's go.
So yeah, he passes his hand through you, and you feel that.
You're talking to somebody who just. Okay.
The gentleman with the angular face. Bat was broken on him.
Yeah. So we jump up, we start grabbing our guns. A couple people come in behind him. I guess using him as cover, which if he can take a baseball bat to the face, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, one of them started throwing lightning. One of them pointed his hands at me, and there was a burst of flame, and I think I was trying to get behind the desk. I must have gotten behind the desk, and I heard some gunfire. It hurt, and then I don't remember anything until I woke up and the firefighters were walking around, and none of the jackasses offered to help me. I just got up and wandered out, and I saw Dustin. He gestured up at the guy. He was screaming. I saw him standing in the crowd, but I couldn't get him to talk to me. Then you wandered up.
I'm looking for someone here. A man named Tyler. I have a message from his cousin.
Benny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Benny was in there with us.
He didn't make it either.
Oh man, that's gonna tear Tyler up. Oh, this is gonna get bloody.
Would Dustin be able to take us to Tyler?
Well, could he? Sure. I'm sure Dustin knows. Heck, Dustin's probably here just to keep an eye on stuff for Tyler. Yeah, he probably could. I don't know if he would. But I mean, I'm sure you could get him to carry a message or something.
What were you trying to tell him?
Oh, what happened? Dustin wasn't there when it went down. I was trying to tell him what happened. And,
Is there
find out what was going on. But
is there something Dustin and you would only know that I could tell him to make him believe me, or something that someone outside of your group would not know?
We're really not tight like that. Oh wait, you could tell him at that time at the party when the girl poured the booze on me. I don't like talking about it, but yeah, he would remember that he was there.
Is there any other messages that you would like me to try to relay for you? Help put your soul at peace.
No, I don't guess so. I mean, no. They wouldn't. You'd probably, if I sent you to talk to my mom, you'd probably just, the whole situation would probably just freak her out more than.
Probably.
And he looks emotionally wiped out. He literally just sits down on the ground and.
Go find somewhere nice. Find somewhere nice to sit.
Yeah, there's a.
Take a nap. Sometimes, after a little bit of sleep, everything turns out better.
Yeah. There was an old playground close by. I used to like as a kid. I'm gonna go. I think it had some benches. He starts wandering off. And even to you, he's becoming less substantial as he wanders off. You don't think he was one that was going to hang around for too long, regardless. Yeah. And now that he has kind of answers to what happened, at least to some degree.
Yeah.
You know, his grip on the world seems to be loosening.
Okay.
What was that?
We're gonna go talk to this gentleman over here.
Okay.
One of the gentlemen that was in the building supplied a name and a story that might get us a little closer to speaking to at least the leader.
Ah.
We know there was more than the fire swinger here. It was also one with electricity, one with rock. Did we know that before?
Yeah.
Well, here we know. We're reconfirmed.
It was in the video.
Yeah, I can't remember if you knew the flamethrower guy was for sure in the video. I can't remember if the other ones were in the video or if that was just had been reported.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
Yeah, I don't remember for sure, but you certainly had knowledge that there was supposed to be more than just the one guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do remember we were aware of all three. Just
Alright.
not how we came aware.
All right. She's going to square the shoulders, put on that force of personality, and walk over and tap Dustin on the shoulder.
All right, the guy she's tapping on the shoulder, Talarius, is the guy you noticed in the crowd that looked kind of rough.
Got you.
Oh,
Are
shoot,
you sure about that? Okay.
What was the guy's name that I was just talking to that was dead?
I don't know that you ever asked him.
I did not. Oh, well. Well, there we go. She's going to momentarily look a little flustered and be like...
but anyway, you tap Dustin on the shoulder. He looks over at you.
Dustin, I'm here to relay a message from one of the gentlemen in there that did not make it out. I'm hoping that you'll be able to help us if you believe me.
Well, that sounds crazy.
More and more that's becoming every day. I'd say that you agree, considering a man swinging fire and electricity and stone skin walked in there.
Yeah, that's what would he think of it as?
That's some crazy shit.
That's some supernatural stuff, yeah. Do you tell me you still got a weirdo too?
To a point.
And then he looks at you, and he looks over at your buddies. Specifically, he really focuses on Connor for a second there. Oh hell, you them guys have been fighting the Alpha Dawgs. You were at the radio TV station.
We were. We're not to hear about that at the moment, though. The gentleman that was in there, he's hoping that me telling you about the one time at the party where a woman dumped a beer on him, he said that he hated talking about it or even being reminding about it, might make you believe that we're here to help.
Well, it makes me believe. He kind of stumbles over himself. All right, I can buy that you were talking to him because he definitely did not make it out of that fire. I'm pretty sure I saw them pull his body out.
His soul's probably soon to be at rest as well. But if possible, I'm looking to talk to Tyler. I have a message from Benny. Same kind of message that I got from him.
Oh man, they loaded Benny up in the ambulance. I was hoping he was gonna make it. All right, what you need me to tell Tyler?
Firstly, we would like any assistance in this that we can get. They're supernatural, but they're also throwing out the balance of the city. While I don't approve of everything that goes on, I understand that certain things need to happen. Tell Tyler that Benny told me about that time when they were kids and they knocked over an ice cream truck.
Yeah, sounds like something they do. All right.
We
You
would just
wouldn't
like to talk to him.
All right. How do I get in touch with? If he decides he wants a meeting with you, how do I get in touch with him?
She'll give somebody else her cell phone number.
Handing digits
I
out
won't have
wherever she
any.
goes.
She's gonna have to get
I
a
won't
burner
have
phone.
any. I won't have any adverse effects whatsoever.
No.
This'll be fine, guys.
Mm-hmm.
As
Fair,
gang
she's
start
got like
calling her up. Hey,
one.
we just whacked our crooked accountant. Could you come talk to him for us?
His spirit has already passed on.
No, we just did it like a second ago.
He was at
Oh,
complete peace with the world. Gone.
You know, accountants are into math. Very dull. They let go as soon as they die.
Yeah.
All right. He walks off at this point. You see him digging out his cell phone. And he doesn't actually leave. He steps a little to the side. And he's talking to somebody. Okay.
So how much is this about to bite us in the ass?
Well,
probably you.
depends. You just gave a gangster your cell number.
It wasn't like I gave them my address.
You gave them more than enough.
If they're savvy with technology, then doesn't mean they all are.
When he gets off the phone, he kind of walks back over to the crowd and kind of, as much as he can, blends back into the crowd watching the store. And Sasha, your telephone rings. Or vibrates, or whatever you've got to set on.
Makes quacking noises or something. She picks it up. Yes?
All right. Tell me the story Benny told you.
Okay. Me to the story guide. He didn't really give a lot of details.
No, you just you can just reply.
Okay, yeah.
What you tell him what Benny told you, which did involve a few specific details or whatever.
Yeah.
What
Probably
neighborhood and
what ice cream truck, maybe what they took as far as like to eat afterwards.
And the important part, the fact that they both ate so much they got sick and threw up.
Yep. We're just looking for a way to end what they're doing.
All right. Here's an address. He rattles off an address a couple blocks away. Come by, tell the guy at the door that you're there to see me. He'll be waiting on you. Dustin said you had a couple buddies with you. They can come.
Oh, they will be.
I was coming anyway.
I will see you shortly.
He doesn't say anything else. He just hangs up.
Okay.
Uh,
Gives the address. Do we put this in the map?
I
in
look
my
at the
map.
I look at the address. Does it look familiar?
Not particularly.
Or a familiar area, so to speak?
The best you can recall the area, it's mostly townhouses and like small apartment buildings.
Yeah. It's like, well, that's mostly townhouses and apartment buildings in that area.
Oh, good. I was hoping it wasn't a warehouse we were going to be taken out back and shot.
Better people have tried.
So y'all walk a few blocks over. This area has a lot of women just kind of hanging around on the street.
Mm-hmm.
The specific address that y'all arrive at is a 4-story building. There's a couple of fairly rough-looking characters just kind of sitting on the stoop. As soon as one of them is eyeing you as soon as you come into view.
Yo.
Shoulder square. Walk like you're going to murder somebody.
Think murder.
Think murder.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm here to see Tyler.
All right. Guy gets up. We were told you were coming. We're going to have to check if your weapons before you go in.
Talarius pulls out this little pea shooter. Just holds it up.
Oh,
with 2
weapons? Here
fingers,
you go.
not even- Yeah,
Weapons? Here.
I don't,
Isn't
I
it
don't
cute?
need a gun.
Sasha has literally no weapons on her.
Yeah, no. Talarius doesn't have any weapons on them.
All right. They give you all a quick pat down.
Yeah.
They find any
Just
concealed
just
weapons you got.
the one gun.
Connor has a pen.
Yeah, no, they pat you down. They fill that in your pocket. They just kind of look at it. Okay. Not even pulling it all the way out of the pocket. Just okay, it's pen size, whatever.
Until it becomes a skyscraper.
As he, as he takes, Sasha's, Sasha didn't have a gun, did she?
No, Sasha has no weapons. She's also just a little fidgety because she has no giant hippo dog to protect her.
Yeah, but she has a giant monkey.
Keep it hippo dog.
But monkey.
Hippo lion dog.
Hippo lion dog.
So when he takes Talarius' pistol, he hands it to the other guy sitting on the stoop who takes it and puts it in a, he's wearing like a long coat with big pockets. He sticks in the pocket. Don't worry, man. You get it back on your way out.
Thank you.
So they just walk in.
Just as the door shut, you hear that presumably the guy that he handed the gun to. If they don't come back out, I'm keeping this.
It's cute.
Oh man, that'd fit right in the old lady's hand. You sure you want to give her a gun? The door shuts.
Probably the smartest thing to do. Okay.
So yeah, it's like a tenement building. There's a guy waiting inside for you. Tyler's upstairs waiting on you. Come on.
All right.
And it is not a super clean inside. You see a few guys dressed a little too nice for the area. Come out of some of the rooms. They kind of head for the front door. So it's really striking as a classy establishment just all the way around. You get up to the top floor. Pardon?
This is not going to fulfill any of her deed. One of them was spend quality time with the band at a bar or another venue. It's no.
This is definitely another venue.
Yeah, it's another venue, all right.
I mean, if it counts.
But they take you up to the top floor. There's more of the obvious gang members on the top floor.
Sure.
Opens up into a large apartment, or the door that takes you opens up to a large apartment. Looks like it's probably the size of 2 or 3 of the normal units from further downstairs. Got a skylight. It's actually fairly nice in here.
Good plans, just charm the place up.
the pile of money on that table over there, that really sets the place off.
It looked great with like a ficus behind it or something.
Oh, the bloodstained rug totally holds the room together. No, it is actually fairly clean and nice in here. Though still, the building itself is still obviously run down.
Yeah, this part's like the most kept up area of it.
So there's a man sitting kind of propped up on a couch. Two visibly armed guys kind of standing flanking behind the couch. Come in. He just kind of in front of the little table in front of him. The little coffee table.
I'll sit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no chairs. He was basically like, here, stand there.
Stand within firing range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that way I got my guys all set up where they won't crossfire each other. It's great. You can be shot from like 5 different directions.
If they want to shoot me.
All right. You were saying you wanted some kind of assistance. That's what you're telling Dustin. I assume you want to take the Alpha Dawgs out.
We are.
Yeah.
They killed some of my boys today. And if Benny's dead, they killed some family. I want some blood for that. Never mind just them cutting into my business. That hurts my money. That hurts the neighborhood. I employ a lot of people in the area. So how is it that I can assist you, and how is it that you can assist me in our mutual goal?
Taking out the Alpha Dog seems like it's mutually beneficial.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I mean, how are we going to go about that, smart guy?
I mean, it's if we can find a way to figure out where their boss is, you cut off the head.
I like that idea.
Our skills give us a particular edge against them that you may lack.
Yeah, I've heard about what went down in the news station, and yeah,
And if,
y'all definitely got an edge.
And if what we can tell by the footage in the videos of the attacks today and what we have encountered of the group ourselves, their power is merely growing. What needs to happen is they need to be crippled, and they need to be crippled quickly.
Yeah, I like the talk of crippling. All right. So I'm assuming when if you know where they're at, or if you find out where they're at, for me you'll be wanting, I guess, some extra muscle. I mean, you guys are impressive, but trying to take an entire gang at once would probably be a little much for you.
You've said you wanted blood. That would give you your blood.
Yep.
It would also take out the competition and an enemy that has been causing problem for not only you, but other people of this city that are completely innocent.
Nobody's completely innocent, but I get what you say.
People that have no stake in your business.
Fair enough.
Honestly, for me, they attacked my grandpa. They got to go down.
Family man, I understand that. Well, we know they're stomping grounds just south of the Beltline from here. Used to be crap, I didn't come up with the gang name for the first gang they've taken out. He rattles off the gang that used to run that area. They pretty well killed them all. Or maybe they ran off or recruited some of them. I don't know. Not a lot of bodies have been found, but they were always a small operation, just a couple blocks that they really ran. So at the time, we just figured the Dogs were a new gang coming in, going after the weakest gang in the city.
And then they went after more of you.
Yeah, they've tangled with a couple of others. They really seem to be focusing on us.
Do you know why in particular? Is it just interest in your business ventures, or is it something else?
We've got a pretty successful operation here, and a few other spots in the neighborhood. A lot of wheelers and dealers from other parts of the city like to swing by and partake of what we offer.
Resource consolidation.
Probably whatever this James jackass is up to. Well, obviously he's going to need funding. If he could take over our operations, that would give him income.
Also, considering some of the caliber of visitors of your clientele, it could also give him blackmail.
Yeah, maybe. That always gets dicey because your business may dry up if you do that. It's not a good long-term plan. If he was just wanting dirt on somebody, then it might work. He's hit us, but he hasn't gone after any of the actual business. He's attacked my boys. The spot he hit today, I was supposed to be there, but I ended up having to take care of something else.
Luckily for you.
No joke. It's actually why I sent Benny.
Has he gone after any other businesses that you're not attached to in your areas? Mom and pop stores, anything like that?
Not that I've heard anything about. I know down in
Okay.
his area, he's put a squeeze on some folk, but that's just protection rackets kind of stuff. Which kind of implies to me that he's needing some financial backing.
Yeah, that's kind of what started this whole mess.
What would he need financial backing for, considering his
Yeah,
friends?
He may need to pay his boy. What friends is that?
He has acquaintances that are very well off by all displays. They have either old money or prestigious careers.
Maybe he needs something that's off the books.
It's
something
possible.
that can't be tracked back to somebody else.
Considering one of those friends was meeting with the chief of police.
Dirty cops, great.
Well, I mean,
Not that there's a lot of patrols up in this area anyway, but
yeah. I mean, I kind of got back at him, and he's now frantically trying to look for his phone. But
he calls one of his guys over and does a quick whispered exchange. And that guy kind of hustles off. We have a few contacts in the police force. May have them keep their ears to the ground, see if they can pick up on anybody that's on the take for this guy.
Right. And Connor will rattle off the guy's name because player me is brain dead.
Grayson Lambert's name,
Grayson
or
Lambert.
Lampton's name, or
yeah, Lampton. My brain's kept trying to want to go to like Big Bad Briggs because that's the one that got stuck in Bad Bob Briggs. Yeah, that's the one that got stuck in my head.
He's a bad Bob.
Yeah,
he's a Bob. He's a bad Bob.
So do you know where this Dorrance guy is set up? I mean, I've read, I've read the paper about y'all attacking the spot where he had some of his boys staying.
No, we don't.
I wish we did.
That would make this a lot easier. We just go and beat his ass.
This possibly has no fixed location.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do what I used to do, in my opinion. I told you to before, but and then he'll turn to look at Tyler. The enemy goes to ground, you leave no ground to go to.
Scorched earth. Only problem is they're showing up in my turf. I don't want to scorch my turf.
Well, no. That's why we scorch the people showing up in your turf.
Has he tried to negotiate with you in any manner?
No.
So
Other
you
th-
just took over.
Other than sending me a message that if we got out of town, he wouldn't follow us. Arrogant prick.
Perhaps we could use that to our advantage then. Set up a trap.
In what way?
We'd like to meet to discuss consolidating your forces. It makes it easier for him to come into a position of authority since you would be cooperating with him. It would give him more bodies since he doesn't have to go through each and every member of your gang to determine loyalty.
That could work. Of course, if he shows up at that meeting, he could also come in planning just to use it as a trap for us.
Goodbye. Hello.
Welcome back.
Did we lose and regain a Deca again?
We did.
We did. It is a risk, but it would at least give us, if in nothing else, a neutral area. Or a chosen battlefield.
All right. I can send one of my boys out and see if they can arrange something.
Maybe not. She looks over the others mostly at Connor since he has more experience with various gang stuff. Is this a good idea?
Or maybe one of the girls. That he might take that less threatening.
What he said. It would depend on the message you're trying to send.
If nothing else, it would give us an advantage of having. He expects you to bring muscle. He won't expect you to bring us.
Honestly, me, chance to beat some Alpha Dawg asses in my old stomping grounds, I'm happy for that.
Tyler looks at you. Oh yeah, you did used to run around. He rattles off one of the old gangs.
Yeah, before Gramps showed up and beat the crap out of all of them. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I hear he teaches somewhere now.
Mm-hmm.
It's never really my part of town, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, when are y'all wanting to try to set this trap?
We'd need enough time to plan, regroup with the others.
Okay.
Looks over at Connor and Hilarious. Do you think perhaps? Go ahead.
I didn't have anything. I was like, I'm not. This is out of my
Wheelhouse.
out of my ballpark. Yeah, I'll go along with it, of course, but this is like tackling a dude earlier. That was about the border of my wheelhouse.
What day of the week is it? Like, is it like middle of the week or?
I don't know if we ever say it, so we'll just say it's Tuesday.
Okay. Do you want to say maybe a meetup for Friday?
He's like, I can suggest that. There may be some negotiation back and forth. We'll have to debate where we're going to meet, and he's obviously not going to let me just pick everything. So
Yes.
Man, as controlling as that, of course not.
But definitely for somewhere mostly neutral. Don't want to involve outside innocents.
Or authorities that might be on the take.
They have a problem with that.
Well, if it's somewhere kind of in our bordering territories, I can get the cops in my area to not be around. And if this guy's already talking to the chief of police or police captains, then I'm sure he can control the patrollees in his area. All right. I'll send somebody tonight with the basics, and then, like I said, I'm sure there'll be an exchange back and forth as we work out the details. I've got your numbers. So when I know what's what, I'll send you the info.
Of course.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, I guess that concludes our business then.
It does.
Uh,
I look forward to hearing from you.
He gestures the guy that brought you in. You can go ahead and show him out.
I know my way out.
As they
What's the
leave,
name of the person with the coat?
Tyler just shakes his head like he don't know what you're talking about.
Let's go. He'll pat Talarius on the back and sort of start shoving them forward.
Before they leave, she'll look over and say, "Again, I'm sorry for your loss, but he remembered you with fondness, if that gives you any comfort."
Yeah, we were tight. He was like a brother.
So
I'll beat the shit of
walks
Captain
forward,
Hot Hands.
He doesn't respond to that, y'all.
We'll follow the boys.
Y'all walk out. As y'all go
The
down the
boys
stairs, the
and
next
Talarius.
floor down.
Yeah.
A young woman is coming up. Kind of passes y'all. Yeah. Sasha, she gives you a very kind of up and down kind of appraising.
Oh no. Hilarious has walked forward and is like looking for the person with the long coat, like,
But anyway, so she appraises Sasha, just kind of glances at Talarius, and kind of as the whole turns her head around as she walks past Connor.
I do the eyebrow waggle as this person looks at me.
You get an eye roll in response to that.
That's it. If she makes eye contact with Connor, he'll give her a wink as he keeps going.
Hilarious goes to the person with the long coat. It's like, you have something in mind.
He starts patting his pockets like he can't find it. And then there's kind of a cough from his buddy. Fine. He hands you your little pea shooter back.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you can find your old woman a better gift than that.
As she says that, I'm just gonna look at him and activate Spurt It Out.
Okay, and then what do you ask him?
No, Spurt It Out. He just says something.
Oh, that's right. That's not the truth thing. That's the just verbal.
It's the one he just. Yeah.
First thing on his mind, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but finding something better than that would involve having to pay for it. If y'all screwed up and got yourself snuffed, that's just something free I could give her.
You're a lovely person, and I'll turn around and put my pea shooter back and head out. Take away the imbuing.
Might I suggest flowers? Follows.
Flowers. Yeah. They're just like, well, aren't you just a lovely person? Put the gun away.
Did
All right, so where y'all head from here?
was that a horribly stupid idea?
Mm,
Yeah, but we kind of have to use something.
well, yes and no. I mean,
All ideas have a little bit of stupidity.
no, it's you're setting a trap that they could spring with a trap that we'd be springing with a trap.
It's a trap and a
So
trap and a trap.
it's a
Trapception.
lot of it. A lot of it would be based off of luck, like who they bring, where we meet.
We already know they're going to bring the folks that did all the fire, the electricity, the stone.
Yeah.
So we know we have to be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, worst case scenario, they can beat each other's asses.
And then unless they just completely decimate each other, we're still somewhere in
Okay.
there.
I'm gonna make something very clear here. If we back out on the deal we just made,
Oh, we're screwed. Yes.
yeah, this
Oh no,
entire
I have
section of the city will be against us.
no intention of reneging on an agreement we made. All I'm saying is, if this is a trap and a trap and a trap, then that is two factions that are fighting each other, and we can just kind of like go in, and we're still beating up Alpha Dogs.
Hopefully the numbers will be in our favor. The element of surprise will be in our favor because they don't expect the gangs to have people like us. So long as no one.
I don't know.
You cut out a little bit there, Deco. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, I just don't know how I feel about being they're using air quotes like gang affiliated, but I mean, do what we gotta, I guess.
There will always, wherever you go, be a certain seedy underbelly of a town, even little towns.
Yeah.
The goal is to keep that seedy underbelly from becoming too large, to keep a balance. If the Alpha Dogs take over, it's going to be more than she kind of motions back to the building, prostitution and drugs. And even if it's simply just that, it'll be more vicious. You've seen what they've done just to people that have gone in and roughed up a few of their friends.
Spoke ill of them. Looks at the news station. The rubble of the news station.
What's today's morals, kids? Choose the lesser of evils.
Don't get involved with the
Well,
less supernatural ones. You can always kick their butt if they turn on you.
That's just strategy.
well, we definitely need to get Jaden and Robert in on this. So
Hopefully they will be okay with it.
that's a question. That's a question that we need to have as a collective. As we're speaking, and Hilarious is looking
Talking
around,
of
do they see? Yeah, yeah. Do they see any of these private eyes.
That's a very good question.
Uh-huh.
Give me a subterfuge cunning.
Sure.
Because you're basically looking for somebody that being sneaky, so I think subterfuge would be proper.
Yeah. Cunning, subterfuge. Rolling. 4 successes. Holy shit.
That's nice.
2 10s, and one of them was a success.
You noticed, as y'all are walking, you noticed some guy sitting in his car.
Mm-hmm.
No big thing, you just noticed him.
Sure.
A couple blocks later, you're pretty sure that's the same car sitting kind of on the other side of the other side of the street, down on a side street basically as y'all walk past.
Okay.
You don't specifically recognize him as one of the ones that was outside the apartments.
No. I just, if I recognize suspicious vehicles.
A little bit after that, really, as y'all are getting back to the burned out building,
Uh-huh.
and they're all the fire trucks are gone now. There's still a cop or two there, and most of the looky-loos have thinned out. Like you don't see Dustin anymore.
Right.
But you're pretty sure you see the guy that was in that car the first time you noticed it. The second time you just see the car. You're not close enough to really make any detail on the man inside. But you're pretty sure you see that same dude standing around with the few looky-loos that are left.
Just roll my eyes and just be like, yeah, the private eyes are still at it. They're good at their job, but it's really...
Well, it's not like they didn't see you go out and get in an Uber.
Oh, no,
You
that's
literally
fair.
nodded at one of them as you got in the Uber, so obviously they knew you were in the Uber.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just like, it is still annoying to them that they are being tailed out and about town. It's one thing if they're just surveilling their house. It's another thing completely to be stalking them.
We followed to a rough side of town, and they visited a crime scene. Talked to
They're like,
nobody, and then talked to a guy,
uh-huh,
and then walked to like a
uh-huh,
known brothel. Okay. They weren't in there very long, though.
uh-huh. No, they weren't.
An embarrassingly short amount of time, truthfully.
Talarius will just creep over to this person. The looky-loos are like just trying to see if they're like trying not to be seen. Is it obvious that they're like looking at us, or they're trying not to be so suspicious?
It's not that they're well, not really their back, kind of their side or whatever. More or less their backs to you.
Uh-huh.
They're it's like they're watching that and they're fiddling with their phone. Though as you get close, you notice them kind of put their phone up. And you realize they may have been using the selfie cam to kind of film over their shoulder.
Sure.
Or if not film, at least watch you over their shoulder.
Most likely watch.
But you didn't really get a
film.
good look at the screen, so you can't say that's what they were doing. But
I'm not worried about it. I'll have my hands up, like defensively, like I don't mean any harm.
he kind of glances back. So you kind of walk up to him.
Yeah, just walk up to him, all casual,
can I
like.
help you?
You can start by just this whole like legal stalking thing is getting a little old already. I know you guys are just doing your jobs. That's why I'm not aggressive about it. But this is getting old very quickly.
I think you got pretty aggressive with Bill, from what I hear.
I know I did, and I have apologized to Bill. I was under the impression that you all were Alpha Dawgs, and you're not.
The other looky-loos are like, this is an interesting conversation.
I'm making him known to everybody around him.
Hey, look, man. Look, friend. I'm just doing a job here.
Uh-huh. I understand you're just doing a job. I just don't. Is there something we can do to get? How long are you guys going to be doing this? How long am I going to be stalked for?
Well, it's not just you. It's
How
it's,
long am
it's
I going to be
everybody.
stalked? Uh-huh.
That'll depend on the
So
client.
that's
The fact
five.
that you've made us, the client might pull the plug on the operation. You know,
The fact that there's like five of you at my house at any point.
there's only like 3.
Uh-huh.
But it'll be up to the client. We've been made,
Keep
so
telling
that kind of compromises our ability to do our job.
more or less.
But
And I'm just gonna keep finding you guys.
maybe we'll get better at hiding.
I doubt it. I have eyes everywhere. It's not a threat or anything. It's just a fact.
Now I'm picturing Hilarious opening his shirt and there's just eyes. I have eyes everywhere.
Covered in them. They're all googly.
Hmm.
Uh,
So maybe you can pass that along. Those guys just happen to know, every time. I don't get it.
he's like, yeah, it's like you've got divine help.
They just shrug. I don't know what you want me to tell you, buddy. I spent half a day inside of my house because I thought you all were Alpha Dogs. You're not. Now you're just. It's less a threat and more.
What
I
look
don't
at
even
was
want to
like
say
generally
nuisance.
creepy.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
And somebody else like, can they legally stalk somebody?
Legally stalking. It's what you call private eyes.
Several of them were like, oh, he's a detective. Okay. We thought we need to call the
Eh,
police for you or something.
don't worry about the police.
At this point, the guy's like, all right, I've been made. I'm going to head out.
See ya.
And he walks
Have
back.
a wonderful day.
He walks over, and now you see him walk to where he's got his car parked amongst some other cars.
Hmm.
He's pulling his phone out. Hey, boss. Yeah, they spotted me. Yeah, it's not a banner day for the agency.
Worst private investigators ever.
Honestly.
Look, when they're dealing
Alright.
with other mortals, they're fine.
Uh-huh.
They've caught plenty of cheating spouses.
This isn't an episode of Cheaters.
See, the fact that they've made them now just means they're going to pull out people that are better at this.
Okay, the
doubt
B
it.
team can't make it. Mr. Smith, and Mr. Jones are actually going to do this themselves.
They're actually supers.
Don't give them ideas.
Let's see. Scion's, I think Mikaboshi was darkness. Well, darkness and primordial chaos.
Would someone chaotic actually take a job doing private eye stuff?
If they felt like it.
Eh.
I mean, Connor's chaotic, but he does things. He holds down a job.
Hilarious calls another Uber for the group so they can go to the Uber is going to Hilarious's apartment. If they want to go somewhere else, that's on them. Is how they describe it.
It takes a minute. Uber picks you up basically at the same gas station.
Yeah.
Do we want to plan to meet back up tomorrow? Plan
We
further?
can.
Get Jalen and Robert in on the loop. Jaden.
That would be preferable.
Okay. Uber comes by and picks you up. Different Uber.
Sure.
This one's an older guy.
I realized I was muted. Connor is going to sort of step off into a side alley. He'll say goodbye to them, and then he'll activate his imbue legend into Heavenly Stride, and then just full speed to his grandpa's place. Just
To the
disappear into
dojo
a
or to
blur.
his to Gramps' apartment.
He's gonna go to the dojo first.
Okay. It's gotten it's on into night now. The dojo's at this point he'd know the dojo's closed, but Gramps and some of them are probably still there, cleaning up or whatever,
Yeah.
doing the paperwork.
And he'll not go in the front door. He'll sort of zip around to the back
Okay.
and go in the back.
Is your clone still around?
Yeah, his clone is following the other two, but he's staying up on the roofs.
Okay. That's right, because your clone you don't have to imbue with legend.
Right.
Okay, so you can actually have it going.
If my clone uses one of my boons, then I have to imbue my legend to have him use the boon. But
Okay. Well, in that case, Talarius and Sasha get in the Uber. This guy could actually pronounce Talarius' name.
Hey, you got my name right. I appreciate that.
He's like, oh yeah. Greek family. I've seen names like that before. But he drives you back with as much or little chit chat as y'all want to make.
Yeah.
He tries to start talking, and if nobody really responds, he just quiet himself.
Yeah, Talarius will speak.
Okay.
Just like small little chit chat.
Yeah, he brings up the news station thing, and what a shame it is that the gangs are getting so out of control. But it's nice that the city has got children of the gods running around. And you notice on his dashboard, he's got some little Greek little figurines of some of the Greek deities.
Do I see a more on there?
You do not.
Okay.
It's like Zeus, Hera.
The major pantheon.
Yeah, but it's not all 12 of them. It's like Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Hades.
Artemis, Athena.
Hermes is kind of in kind of the dominant position, which makes an unusual amount of sense for somebody that drives an Uber on a regular basis, as Hermes was a protector of travelers.
Yeah.
But the little figurines like you might have, like folks that worship back in the day might have in like the little home altar or whatever. Just his has got like double-sided sticky tape on the bottom, so they'll stay on the dashboard.
Command strip.
Yeah.
And the figurines may be plastic, but
Do any of them bobble?
there are no bobbleheads. No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You got to be a little respectful.
It's just
this is the
Yeah,
Greek
too.
pantheon you're talking about. Offend them in the slightest way, and they may turn you into something unnatural.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too good a weaver. You're now a spider. Oh, your wife has offended me. Now she's really attracted to the bull out in that field.
Oh,
and
no.
now you got a minotaur.
Yep.
Some seriously disturbed people. Anyway. Where was I? Oh, right. So y'all drive back to the apartment. No fuss, no muss. Samuel's waiting for you when you get there. So how'd it go?
We are breaking a trap.
Possibly joining a gang war.
Okay.
If you want to join, there's a bunch of heads you can, bash in. They definitely won't expect a satyr.
Yeah, I might go in as backup. I don't know if I'm on, the same tier as you folks, but
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's just some mortals we're fighting, yeah, I'll be fine. I haven't cracked any
Well,
real heads in a while. And I can see how y'all work as
remember,
a team. That could be useful.
they're not all mortals. Some of them, well, they're mortals, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're running around with some kind of gift from somebody.
Uh-huh.
Or an artifact or something, yeah. And he actually stopped. Actually, have y'all figured out how they're doing what they do?
He says artifact, like Sasha's like, that could be an answer as to how they're gaining power.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Maybe
they could just be
maybe
mortal
something
magicians,
mass produced.
What'd you say,
What if
Deca?
it's something? What if it's something that's mass produced?
I don't believe artifacts can be mass produced.
Oh, this guy
Samuel's
gave
like,
me a
well,
flashlight.
it depends on how you define mass produced. If you mean cranked out 1 million at a time in a factory, no. But there are some
More than one.
things. Yeah, there are some things that are a little more common in nature.
Things that would give people the gifts of the elements like fire, stone, electricity.
No, that seems a little odder. I'm just saying it's not impossible. No, in all my years, I've not heard of anything that would specifically do that.
Have you heard of anything that would cause great leaps in power?
Well, human magicians, as they study more, can get stouter. Scions like yourself, of course, as they go out and do, they become more powerful. They come to achieve their kind of legendary potentials. I seriously doubt that this entire fraternity are scions or some such, though, or any other or supernatural folk like myself.
Is there a way through? Okay, stay with me here. Stay with me here. If there's like some sort of like, I don't know, gene splicing, mad science bullshit.
Possession?
He's like, I've heard of demons possessing people and giving them flaming abilities. I mean, usually they're kind of bat dupe crazy at the same time, but I've heard possessions giving enhanced strength. I don't know about the stone skin or the electricity though. That's
Clone Connor will just sort of be perching on the couch. Well, what about a potentially more obvious answer? This
Hmm?
ancient war. They
Spawns of the Titans?
got more powerful after we beat them the first time.
well, that's possible. A
That's a
patron could
little
be granting them power.
coincidental. Because when we fought them the first time, they barely had any power other than just being able to have lightning in their hands or toss a little bit of fire around, from what I've been told, or turn into stone. Not suddenly turning into living Flemmenwaffer.
Gesundheit.
Sorry, German.
Could be that they were given more power. Could just be a matter of time. If they've been practicing and practicing, they may have just figured out a new trick.
It hasn't been that long.
Well, I think all of y'all have learned some new tricks in that same time period. So
Well, you taught me the truth telling thingy.
yeah, and they may have somebody teaching them.
Yeah, could be
I've
just that.
kind of been at it since I was made myself.
Yeah, you may just be a slow learner then, compared to the rest of them. He just looks at you completely straight-faced.
At any rate, I think we should. We've done a lot today. Maybe we take it. Maybe get some sleep. Wake up in the morning. Try to. Let's get the others in on this in the morning.
Or we could all hit a club.
Good
I'm new in
night,
town. Y'all
Samuel.
could you two could just show me around to some of the local clubs.
Good night, Samuel.
All work and no play.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure there'll be time for celebration after we have something to celebrate.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
When we beat up the Alpha Dogs, absolutely I'll hit up the club. Or when we take out the Alpha Dogs, I'll go with you. Go with you specifically, Samuel, to the club.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. Now I'm picturing the celebratory, selfies in the club.
Ladies, have you met my friend Samuel? He's horny.
And then there's selfies of them
The
like,
fuck?
pulling his hair back and looking at us all.
Yeah.
All right, but across town at the dojo,
Mm-hmm.
you said real Connor was going in, had slipped into the back alley to go in unnoticed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, you get in there, and you hear the from Gramps' office. You hear the adding machine because he doesn't have the full computer set up. He does his books with just the little paper roll on the adding machine.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Gramps.
Yeah, boy.
He'll just walk in. Just checking in, seeing how things are going.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just doing the books.
Had any strange people hanging around?
No, we've kept a pretty close eye out. I haven't seen anything suspicious today.
Okay, because apparently somebody hired some private investigators to spy on me and my friends.
Takes his little reading glasses off, sets them down. I think it might have been some of the gang, whoever's running the gang.
No, it seems it's someone who just has an interest in doing and seeing who and what we are.
Well, I can understand that. It's to have 5 people like you show up just all at once. I mean, a lot of people in the area were already pretty sure that you were something special. But now, there's 5 of them just all at once. That's going to get some attention.
Yeah. Apparently they've been running around doing background checks, seeing like who works where, who lives where, having people sitting around spying on us.
And that sounds like typical PI stuff.
Yeah, I came in through the back and was moving it honestly quite faster than the human I can track. But
Well, I'll have the other instructors keep an eye out too. But of course, if they're a legit agency, I wouldn't worry too much about them, doing anything.
well, they are. I mean, Talarius has been really aggressive lately, but
That's the YouTube guy, right?
yeah, they're usually a lot more mellow. They've been actually pretty aggressive lately, which is weird.
Maybe they're getting a lot more views or something.
It's possible. Also, because I know you'll figure it out eventually and smack me over the head for it. But
What would I want to smack you for?
remember where you pulled me out of originally?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a block from here. What about it?
Yeah, we're using another group like them to stage an ambush.
Explain.
Apparently, you heard the latest thing with the Alpha Dawgs, right? What they were doing.
Yeah, there was a gang fight up.
line.
Yeah, I saw the footage. Be careful.
Yeah.
The flamethrower thing looked painful.
Yeah. That's something else for another time. But apparently they killed off some family of the gang leader up there.
Well, that's gonna be bad.
So we figured we kind of use them to fight the more mundane folks for us while we focus on the supernatural.
Enemy of my enemy, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Just promise me you won't fall back into old habits.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy a fight, you know that, but
Yeah,
seems
I'd
a
hate to
little
have to
bit
run.
more
I'd hate to have to run up there and beat you senseless again.
Yep. Shush.
I ain't as young as I was, but I think I could still pull it off.
You're like if somehow like Jackie Chan and just all of the famous martial arts people just got together and made a you. You're weird.
He just looks at you. Jackie Chan's where you go first.
It's the first one that came to mind.
Insulted your grandfather.
What? You're good. And I know that.
I haven't broken half the bones he has.
Fair. Do you still have that little shrine thing I made to Wukong around? Is that in the side room?
Sure.
Okay.
Would that be
he'll pull
something?
out
Would that be something that you had made and put here in the dojo?
Yeah, because it's in like a side room that he just sort of goes to when he needs to just sort of like sit and just contemplate things for a little while.
He's like, oh yeah, it's still down in the the room was basically like a janitor's closet, but they don't really use it.
Yeah, that's kind of just where he snuck it. he'll pull out the little Magatama necklace, like, because this thing is. I think there's more to it. I want to see what Dad has to say about it, if he says anything.
Well, I wouldn't get my hopes up. He's probably pretty busy.
Monkeying around, yeah.
No puns in the dojo.
All right.
An actual sign.
I just caused some pandemonium. I know.
He points at the sign of the wall. Puns are not punny.
Yeah, I know. I'm Colossum like that.
But all right, you go back to the janitor's closet.
Yeah, and he'll put the Magatama on the altar thing, and he'll just sit down, contemplate for a moment, and then just kind of pray to his creator. Me, the player, I have enough XP to add 2 birthright points to it to give me access to the purview of fire, which is what I plan on doing.
Okay.
So,
is Wukong associated with the fire?
He is not. He's not even associated with Earth. I feel like this was just something that Wukong kind of took and gave to him.
Somebody may come looking for this. We'll hide it in the kid.
Give it to the kid. The kid's a perfect patsy.
Yeah, basically. I kind of figured that's what would happen. I mean, I was looking at the relic thing. It did say that to not be like limited to your Pantheon stuff, because stuff from other Pantheons appear as relics with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, there's certainly going to be somebody in your Pantheon that has fire.
Yeah.
And you have to have some stuff related to your parent.
Yeah,
but you're becoming your own thing too. So.
Yeah, that's Connor's like epic strength and dexterity, because those are fields that Wukong has. The one who, as I looked it up, literally fought the entire Chinese pantheon, solo the whole Chinese pantheon except for the Jade Emperor and Buddha, and won. I was sitting there going, damn. But yeah, you'd see what secrets it might contain.
So you sit there, you do your little thing, and there's no apparent, nobody. He doesn't show up to talk to you. There's no blinding flash of light.
Yeah.
But just as you go to reach for the amulet, you see a shimmer in the air, like heat off pavement.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pick the amulet up, it's almost too hot to hold for a second, and then it starts cooling down.
Okay.
But it lets you know something happened.
And he'll put it back on. I kind of imagine, except in like it used to be like a jade color, now it kind of looks like volcanic rock.
The same kind of pattern to it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But the material has changed slightly.
Because it's holding the purviews of earth and fire. So I figured it.
Yeah, volcanic glass or something kind of works for that thing.
Yeah.
All right, so it's getting on later in the evening. So we'll go ahead and wrap here.
Yes.
Next session will probably start up a couple of days later when Tyler gets back in touch with you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Sarah's just back, so. All right, sir, we're wrapping up here.
Cool.
Sasha
would have gone back to her apartment.
Okay.
Let's see.
Just because.
I think were your grandparents returning to the store?
Last time they were still there, so.
Okay. So yeah, you get home. She's waiting up for you. Grandmother's waiting up for you. Granddad's in front of the TV.
Hello.
She looks like she's been making curtains out of some cloth. But she doesn't say nothing about it. And, yeah.
She totally expects this. If she'll even just say, "They look nice."
Smoochum is really ready to go. Ready to go out. Because your grandma and granddad don't walk him.
Yeah, she will walk the Smoochums.
Your granddad's like, "Oh, good. I was afraid we were going to put down some newspaper or something."
I'll just take him around the block a few times, burn off some energy.
All right. So anyway, that wraps up the night. As I was telling the guys before you got back on here, next session will probably start up a couple days later with Tyler getting back in touch with you all. Hopefully we'll have all our players next time. But anyway, that'll wrap us up for tonight. Come back, I guess, Thursday night for Descent into Avernus.
The last session, possibly the last session of Descent into Avernus. Yeah.
Because the Wednesday game has has come to an end. The monster of the week. They've got somebody lined up to run a short something. I think we're going back to the old showcase format, but I don't recall the details on it. Other than he was looking specifically for people that had not been on streams yet as his players. So more details on that as it develops.
So it'd be one of those. If you want to play, you can come join us on the Discord and everything.
Yep. All right. I was going to throw a Discord link into the chat. Where do I get that from?
I think it's in the.
It's in the channel description.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, if you just scroll down the channel description, you'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have Twitch up. I've just got the Streamlabs up. Anyway.
Right.
So one of the last Descent into Avernus is Thursday. Saturday we have the Stolen Cities. Did the Troubleshooters wrap up?
Yes, it did.
All right, so I imagine there'll be a week or a month break.
Yeah, and then they'll hit it up again with another season.
All right. So nothing on Monday for the next couple weeks at least. And then next Tuesday, hope you show back up with us. Again, I've been your story guide for the evening, Jason. And with me has been Sarah as Sasha, Eric as Connor, and Decca as Hilarious. And we will see y'all next time.
Good night.
Ouch! Say something memorable.